Well, what's good with Fat Gang? It's your girl Mikki checking in, guys. And today, we have some bonus material for our season 4. I'm super excited. I told y'all we had some surprises this season, so I'm super excited. But today we are joined with a bountiful solution, and I am going to waste no time at all. We're going to get this handed right over to her so she can tell you all about her and her amazing business.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am Ariska Scott. I am the founder and CEO of Abountiful Solution. I am a personal development coach and I help individuals get from where they are to where they want to be. I offer anger management classes, parenting classes, and life coaching classes specifically tailored to women.
Okay. And I love that because it's always a journey with anyone, but when you're dealing with women, it's always a journey because you have that journey through like adolescence and coming into yourself, finding out who you
Yes,
are, and then you may get married, you may have a child, and now like your whole self changes again, and you
definitely.
you have to learn who you are like all over again, and that can be a very hard process. And
Definitely. And it is. And that's what I focus on. I focus on helping women reignite their flame. I help women reclaim their individuality because, like you said, when we get into relationships, we kind of lose our sense of self.
mhm.
We don't know who we are anymore because now once we get married, we kind of tailor ourselves to our husbands and what they like and their likes. And once we have kids, that's a whole nother ball game, especially when it's multiple kids. So that is something that's totally different. So we have a tendency to fall back,
Mhm.
although we still the nurturers, we fall back in who we are and the things that we like because now we're taking on this whole new persona of wife, this other persona of mother,
Mhm.
and that's not taking in all the other things that we have going on: employee, boss, sister, daughter, granddaughter, whatever that may look like. So we take on a lot.
We do. And sometimes the crazy part is we don't even realize that we have taken on everything. And then we're just like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't know why. And it's like, when you really sit down and figure out what you do in a day, I
Yeah,
be tired too.
exactly. And we only get 24 hours in the day, and eight of those 24 supposed to be sleep, but who really sleeps 8 hours a day? And then you have kids. You have if you have to go to work, you have to go to work. You have the kids. They got go to school. The husband at work. He comes home. You got to cook. You got to help with homework. It's like
Yeah, that
it's like on a hamster wheel. We steady going and going and going.
and it is. And then you don't even factor in commuting because that
Nope.
uh,
That and it depends on where you live. That could be a whole. And I'm in Dallas, Texas, so our traffic because we are expanding. Like we are growing like I don't know what like wildfire at this point because people are relocating and relocating. So
and I'm in Las Vegas and I'm from Chicago. So I thought, Chicago had traffic. I got here, I was like, wait a minute. It's taking me 45 minutes to get somewhere to say 10 minutes.
yeah, yeah. I actually got married in Vegas last year in May of last year.
Okay.
Um no 21. That year was 22. 21 in May of 21. I had a destination wedding in Vegas and yes, the traffic is totally different. The vibe is totally different out there.
Yes. That's crazy. I moved here May of 20, I mean March of 21. Yeah. But so in doing everything that we do and kind of realizing that, is that what kind of made you start your business when you like, okay, wait a minute, this just can't be me that's going through all these changes?
Definitely what made me start it. I have been through a lot. I have battled breast cancer. I have had multiple surgeries. I'm just getting my voice back from a surgery I had last year. So I didn't even have a voice for almost an entire year. My voice is just coming back. Um, but the thing was, I lost who I was because I was in repeated relationships. Even as a young girl, I was as a teenager, you as teenagers, we just be
No, that
doing stuff.
teenage love.
Yes. But my senior year, I ended up with my first husband. And in that we were together, we separated, and then I ended up with my second husband. My first husband was actually murdered the night before Hurricane Katrina. If y'all could hear, yes, I'm from New Orleans because I get that asked all the time. I am from New Orleans, baby. And he was murdered the night before Hurricane Katrina. But I was already in a relationship with my now husband. And it took a toll. It wasn't until me and him separated in 2012 that I started working on who I was. I started identifying with what Ariska like. Even though I had my two babies that I had to take care of, I started to focus more on me and what I liked because I never knew what I liked because I was always adapting to what everybody else liked and what everybody else wanted and not like, okay, well, what is it Ariska want? What is it Ariska wants for herself and what does she need for her? So in 2012, I went on this journey of finding me.
Yes.
And I kind of like me. I fell in love. Like, girl, I like you.
Yes. And it's always kind of like that one thing that triggers that. You're like, wait a minute, because my kids was like, oh, mommy, I like this. My husband, I want to do this. And then my husband, we had a couple extra dollars. You know how it be when you have a couple extra
Hmm.
dollars, you got to find something to spend it on.
Yes,
So,
definitely, definitely.
so my husband was like, so babe, what do you want? I was like, oh, well, the girls need some clothes. You said you wanted this. And he was like, okay, but what do you want? And that was like one of the hardest questions I ever had to answer.
Hmm.
And it seemed so simple, but I did not know.
Exactly.
I had become so accustomed to, okay, if I want some me time, I'm gonna give me a Pepsi, a bag of chips. When that Pepsi gone, my me time is over. So if I'm real thirsty, baby, it's like maybe 5 minutes. And that's
Exactly.
what I got used to. So for me, it was like I'm always do this, I'm always doing that. So that one Pepsi and that chips, that was my me time. That was what I wanted. And I'm like,
Right.
okay, I can afford a little more than a Pepsi today.
Right. Right.
And so I really had to sit back, and that one question turned into a couple weeks. It turned into a process for me. And I said, no, I have to figure this out because I should know what I want. How do I know
Right.
what everyone else want, what everyone else need? And I can't tell you what I want.
Right. And it's hard. It is really hard. It's really a journey. It's really a process, especially if you've been committed to something for so long.
Yes,
For so long. We really lose ourselves as women.
you do.
And I just want women to come back to themselves, reclaim their individuality. Even though you're in a marriage, even though you're a mother, those are just our titles. We are a wife is a title, mother is a title. We are still individuals
Yes.
outside of those titles, and you have to know what it is you like. And it's okay to go, even if you married, go out by yourself. You don't have to go out with your husband, and
Okay.
it don't just have to be mani patties that we go and get. We could go to the movies by ourselves. We could go out to lunch by ourselves. We could do these things by ourselves. I buy myself flowers
Hmm.
every week or every other week.
Yes.
But that's for me. That's to appreciate Ariska. And that's to show Ariska appreciation and show Ariska love.
Okay. But see, that's something I had to do too, because my husband be like, he's all now. One thing I can say, my husband has always been like, do something for you, do something for you. And then I'm sitting here like, okay, but you need this, you need that, you didn't do this. So if I don't go do it real quick, it ain't gonna get
It ain't
done.
gonna get done.
That's
Hmm.
another story. But he'll be like, go get your nails done. So I'm like, okay, I'll get my nails done. He'd be like, go ahead and cut your phone off. I put my phone on silent. So I get there, I'm about 5 to 10 minutes and I'm relaxing. Well, then he texts me, you ain't let me know you got there. Well, now that text turned into, okay, so what should I get the girls to eat for lunch? And now by the time I get done, I didn't talk to him my whole process.
We never shut off. We are always in mommy mode, wife mode, boss mode, work mode. We are always into some type of mode. We are never in me mode. And we have to get back to me mode. It's about me. Um, my therapist suggested that I take a weekend off
Mm-hmm.
and do a staycation. And
Mm,
that's what I do.
mm.
1 week in a month. I'm shooting them the deuces. I holler.
Woo. I don't know what that is. Sometimes I get my little hour and a half on my movie. Sometimes I pick a 2 hour movie just to give me a little extra time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gotten to okay, mommy's watching a movie today. This is my movie time. So y'all leave me alone. My husband will tend to the girls. Leave me alone. This is my movie time. And this is normally when I watch like my older movies because I'm old at heart, as my family.
Me. I'm guilty. That's me.
Yeah. So I'm like, Grease, Dirty Dance, and
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. I love it.
So those usually be like, my moments. But some people that's just like, really, that's all you get. But for me, it's like, no, I get a whole movie. Like, you don't even understand.
Exactly. Like that's it. That's all I need. But no, in reality, we do need a little bit more. And I commend your husband for even recognizing and asking, baby, what do you want? Because most men don't even recognize that.
No, he does. But I'm always like, I've always been the kind of person where I have to feel like I've done enough to take a break. But then I got to the point where what was enough.
That part.
I have 3 kids. The oldest is 13, the youngest is 5. It's something always in this house between LOL dolls, Legos, whatever. It's something somewhere all the time.
Yeah.
So if I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna sit down until everything is clean. When am I ever really gonna sit down?
Right.
When? You know?
Right. But you just have to take that. You have to take that and just sit.
Yeah.
It's okay for the house to be junky for a day.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody in here but us. Ain't nobody from the outside coming. So it's okay. We're gonna be all right. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be all right for at least 12, 24 hours. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It don't have to be perfect.
Yeah. And see, that's my thing. My husband will say that. Like I said, I commend him so much. He will say that. And I'd be like, that don't bother you? Like, for real, you just comfortable right now?
But it's that thought process, not that
Yeah.
it's the mindset. It's that thought process that we have. We have to do things. It has to be perfect. It has to be done in this time. And that's not what it is.
Mm-mm.
That's not what it is. But we have been what's the word I want to use? I've been mentally conditioned
Okay.
to think that
Mm.
because that's the way we probably grew up in our household. Mama, like, get that, don't have my house looking like this. Don't do that. Get up. I need this done by a certain time,
Yeah.
that done by a certain. And that was me. I was conditioned. I
Mm-hmm.
would get up on a Saturday morning, make sure my house was clean, clothes was washed and everything,
Mm-hmm.
make my girls get up and do it. But now as they got older, I realized that I was putting on them the same things. I ain't gonna get up early on a Saturday morning every Saturday. So I had to start changing things. So I don't make them get up early on a Saturday and clean up no more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all, when y'all get up, y'all just know y'all need to be up by a certain time. My house needs to be clean by a certain time.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna put this time constraint on y'all anymore because I didn't like it as a child. So I don't want y'all to do that. I want y'all to know that it's okay to relax and to sleep in on a Saturday because we get up early 5 days out of the week already.
Yes.
So when are we going to actually rest? Well, 6 days out of the week because we go to church on Sundays. So
Mm-hmm.
when are we actually going to rest if we don't take that time for ourselves and recognize we need it?
And that for me, that was like you said, is that condition. You grow up, your mama got the old school music playing, you listen to Isley Brothers and all that.
Yes,
That
yes,
house clean up
yes,
woman, all that.
yes, yes. The
and,
house got to get clean. That old school.
and you grow into that. It's like, okay, I got girls. And as women, we teach our girls what we were taught, and that was you keep your house clean. It's a certain way you have to maintain everything, and this is just what you're supposed to do. So it's
Right.
just that I'm a strong woman. I can do everything, superwoman. And then I had to really sit down. I saw something on Instagram Taraji put up, and it was like we need to get away from that word because we put too much with it. And by the time we get done, we have put all of these expectations on ourselves,
Right.
all this added pressure that we don't need. And at first I was like, she tripping. Now, Taraji, I love you, but now you tripping. But it's like, when I sat down, I was like, no, like she's right. And we do put a lot on our shoulders. And just because we can do something doesn't always mean we have to or that we should.
No. Nope. And it's okay not to do it. It's okay. I think I saw that interview. Actually, I used a clip of hers. She did an interview with Angie. I can't remember the lady.
Martinez.
Yes, and I used actually a clip of that about when she said her happiness, about finding her happiness, because she was looking for happiness in everybody else but within herself.
Yes.
And
And
that's what we need to identify with our own personal happiness. What makes us happy? What fulfills us individually outside of the family? What makes us happy?
yes, and that's something that, like you said, we look for our partners or those around us to give us that, but that's not for them to give. We have to have a certain amount of that already in us so
Yep.
that we can even let them know what to help to add to that. They can't
They
create it for us.
they
Um,
have they only could enhance it, enhance what
yeah.
I already have within me. And I need you to bring in a little bit more. Give me a little bit more of what I already got.
Yes. And so you said you kind of started this journey kind of in 2012. Is that
Yeah.
when you kind of started the business, or was it like, okay, let me
No.
take this time?
My business came about 2021, June of 2021, when it initially was going to be a medical transportation service. My mom was on dialysis and she depended on medical transportation. She lived in New Orleans, on medical transportation to get her back and forth to her dialysis appointment. So a bountiful solution was actually going to be about medical transportation. It was going to be about the community, helping the community, those who needed to come in and get papers laminated, notary, because I'm also a notary, things they needed to get notarized and things like that. But then it shifted.
Mm-hmm.
Once my mom died in July of 21. And then I lost my aunt earlier last year in March of last year. And they both were my moms because I stay with my aunt. My aunt raised me as if I was her child as well. Um, and I fell in a deep depression. And it took my mentor to come out and say, that business that you were focused, I had done started a whole nother business. I had done started selling shoes because shoes is my passion. I love shoes. I had done started shoes, but I just stopped. Once I fell into a depression, I shut down from the world.
Right.
And it was my mentor that was like, that business that we initially talked about, that's where you're supposed to be. And it shifted something in me. And it was like, I don't want women to go through what I just went through. If I could help one woman to cry one less tear than I cried, I did my job. So that's when it came about. So Bountiful Solution actually was created in June 2021. But I just put full force and effort, started putting full force and effort into her July of this year. Well, July of 22, not this year. I keep forgetting we in a whole
You
nother
know.
year. So yeah, July 2022, I put forth effort into her and she has grown since then. Like I've helped a couple of women get from point A to point B and find themselves, a lot of divorced women mainly, because it's like, now what do I do? I
Mm-hmm.
don't have the husband no more. I'm a single mother with these kids. So what do I do? How do I find myself? I don't even know who I am anymore. So
Right.
helping these divorced women find their voice again and
Mhm.
reclaim their individuality after coming from something traumatic as a divorce, it has been amazing to watch. It has definitely been amazing to watch.
Well, I mean, I love that transformation. And I know it wasn't, an easy thing to do, to go through. It takes a different kind of strength to come through
Definitely.
on the other side of that and be able to be at a point where you can give back.
Right.
That means you really had to go through that process in the inside.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I commend you on that alone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And
It's been a journey. It's been a journey.
yes, but that's gonna give you that real heart behind your brand. That's gonna really help you to connect with the people you come in contact with. And sometimes just knowing you have a genuine person in your corner will make all the difference in your journey.
And it does. It does. Even for myself with my, because I'm not gonna I see a therapist. I see a therapist. So even having my therapist in my corner as my sounding board to help me
Mm-hmm.
get from point A to point B has been amazing. Just to have that accountability aspect of it, because she's not just my therapist. She holds me accountable for things. If I say I'm gonna do something, she like, well, did you do such and such this week? So yeah, it definitely makes a difference to have that accountability partner, to have that support, to have that extra motivation that you need to get there. It's amazing.
It is. And we tend to be that support system for everyone else, but we don't want to raise our hand when it's time for us to get that
We
support
yeah.
system. No, I
We
got it.
sit yeah, we sit in silence. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I got it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But it's okay to say, hey, I need help.
Yes.
It's okay to say I need help.
Yes. So I mean I do. I really love that. And everyone's journey is different. For like me, after that one time, my husband, I said, what do you want? I really started, I sat down, and that's where my self care Sundays come from on my YouTube channel. And that's me really going through this process of putting back on that me hat. Because, baby, it was in a corner somewhere underneath a whole lot of stuff,
Yep.
you know. Excuse me. And like you said, it is a journey, it is a process. Sometimes in learning who you are again, you're gonna bring up some past trauma that you thought you was done with.
Oh,
You're gonna
yes,
bring that
yes,
back up.
yes. Oh my God. I've been doing this 10-day juice challenge.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually on day 7. We got 3 more days. Ooh, it's been a journey, but that has brought up so many different emotions, so many things that I thought I had healed from, or
Mm-hmm.
that I had not, that I dealt with. I realized that I didn't deal with.
Yes.
But going through this process, I've learned that um I needed to fix some things. I needed to nurture the inner child in me. I
Yeah.
needed to give her what she needed. And this juicing journey has been an eye opener for sure.
And I mean, I've heard that. I've heard it really takes you through. Um, really brings back some things, but it really takes you on a mental journey as well as an internal one.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, and we all need, whether you do yours through like a juicing challenge or another challenge that you may be doing, you really want to make sure that once you're finding who you are and you're going through those, don't be afraid to tackle those things. You're like, oh, I thought I dealt with that. Don't be afraid to go back and tackle those things, because that's only going to allow you to grow into the person that you are meant to be. As we talked about briefly, as kids, especially young girls, you're taught to provide and like nurture the house. So from a young age, you're not really taught to, as a woman, to take care of you. We get baby dolls, we get kitchen sets, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah. And we already being a mama, we already playing in the kitchen, cooking already. We don't made up our makeshift, our imaginable husband, and
Yeah.
we doing all of this stuff as kids. So we already prepping ourselves as kids to be this nurturer and to put ourselves on the back burner.
Yep. And so
We've already, yeah.
yeah. And so when you are really finding who you are, you're really getting back to you, don't be afraid, because those things will come back. You're gonna really have to be ready to dig and figure out who you are and really stand 10 toes down to bring this person back.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a process. It's not gonna be easy. To be honest, if it's easy, you missing some steps.
Yep. Are you definitely ignoring some things that needs to be addressed,
Yeah,
because it's not an easy process. It's hard, but you could get there.
you can.
You could get there, and it's a continued process. Don't just stop. Don't just do one thing for yourself once a month and that's it. No, continue to nurture that relationship with yourself,
Yes.
because it's important.
It is. It really is. And you will just find how much, once you have a strong connection with yourself, if you thought you were doing so much for like your spouse or your kids, just imagine once you get to who you really are, what you'll be able to provide or what
Yes.
you'll be able to do. Um, and you're gonna feel so much different when you're doing it. So I do, I love that. So what is next for you?
What is
What do we
next?
have in the pipeline?
I have just focused on my core thing for my women, and it's called Reignite Her. So Reignite Her will have a course coming up shortly in the next couple of months. I'm also working on doing a 3-day mindset type thing on called Selfish.
Okay.
It's entitled Selfish, and it's entailing about self and self love and self esteem, because those three things are something that we lose as women. We don't have that confidence anymore, especially after we have kids. Because now it's like I got the babies, I ain't got time to do my hair, I ain't got time for this. So your self esteem get kind of low because you're wrapped up
Mm-hmm.
into all of this stuff, and we stop believing in ourselves at some point because we don't took on all of this stuff, because everything is about everybody, and we stop loving ourselves as well because everything again is about everybody. So selfish, let's get selfish is what's going to be the title of my 3-day series.
Okay.
Well, not series, little masterclass type thingy. So I'm still working on it, but I have the title for it. So we're halfway there.
Okay, that's the kickstart right there.
Yeah, we got the title, so we halfway there. Now I actually have the ebook that I'm working on for it as well, because the women that sign up is definitely going to get an ebook to go along with that. So it's going to be amazing, and I think some lives are going to be changing. It's going to open up some things for some women.
Okay, well, I'm gonna definitely be on the lookout for that because I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you, I am on a journey this year. This is the year of me, and this is the year of I will. So I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for that because we have to really stand 10 toes down and give ourselves what we need. We give it for everyone else. We deserve it too.
Yeah, and we need that, and it's okay to be selfish.
It is.
Selfish is not a bad thing. Being
It's not.
selfish is not a bad thing.
It's
And
not.
we have to get out that mindset. Oh, if I don't do this for them and I just focus on me, it's gonna be a problem. It's never a problem to put you first.
It's not. And we have to untrain our minds in believing that, oh, if I go to, like you said, that movie by myself, well, my kids probably want to go. Okay, they go 5 other
All the time. We always at the movies with them. No, it's okay to go. I want to enjoy this movie by myself, eat my popcorn by myself, eat my nachos by myself. I don't want no little bit of hand touching it, grabbing hands for wasting it all on me.
I don't
I
have to
love
go
my
to the
babies, but
bathroom, so I don't want to get up 4, 5 times.
exactly. Exactly. Mama, did you get the extra butter? Now I gotta go get. Mama, I want some. Now I gotta go get. Nah,
Yeah.
I want to enjoy this by myself.
Yes. And we have to do more of that. So I have really, really enjoyed having you in the
I
date.
have to. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I really enjoy. I'm glad I have a voice to even talk to you to do this. Because I was sounding like whisper. They was calling me whispers around here. So I am thankful to
Oh,
be on
not
your
whisper.
platform.
Now I'm gonna have to go watch that movie, not whisper.
Yes, it was horrible.
Before we head out, can you let everyone know where they can find you? Because I know where to find you, but can you let everyone know where they can find you?
You can find me on Instagram. I just started my Facebook page, and it's at you can do at Abountiful, Abounttiful solution, SOLUTION, on Instagram and Facebook. That's where I'm at.
Okay. So you all make sure that you are on the lookout for her course that she's gonna have coming out. Y'all make sure
Yes.
y'all on the lookout for it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be off the chain. It's gonna be very empowering, a little emotional, but that's okay
That's
because
okay.
you have to be able to tap into that. Um, so I'm excited, and all I heard was a little tip of the iceberg. I heard the title. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
yeah. We might even do a little burn ceremony at the end of it, just to get over those things. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so I'm going to be on the lookout, guys. So make sure you all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share this video out to anyone you think may need to hear it, anyone you feel may benefit from anything that was said in here, or who may need to connect with her on a more one-on-one level. She does respond. If you message her, she responds. I can attest to that.
Definitely respond. And let me say this, I am virtual. So don't think that just because I'm in Dallas that I cannot help you. I am virtual. My services are in person here in Dallas, and I am also virtual.
Yeah, you heard it here. So there's no excuses. Let's start actually connecting with the people that we need to connect with in order for us to grow and heal as a person, not just as a title, as a person. So yes, I'm over here with goosebumps and stuff because I'm thinking about the little conversation we had. I'm like, okay, I need to work on that. I need to get back to that. So yeah.
Yes. Get back to Mikki. Get back to Mikki.
So I do. I love that. And we're definitely gonna have to have you come back on here after that course is set up or as soon as it gets
Okay.
ready to drop.
Definitely, definitely. Just let me know when.
All right. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I love you all. And until next time, I will catch you all later. Peace.